Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Monica Luve here at the Love Messages. So today I thought I would come on and continue the educational series that I've decided to do on the channel to help you better connect with tarot readings. Okay, so how can you use tarot readings in your life to better connect with spirituality, to better connect with the challenges that you face in your life? Okay, so just a quick recap of what I did in the previous video. The previous video, I was talking about how the astrological functions happen on the channel. So as you know, a lot of you know, I am an astrologist. I've been doing astrology for over 22 years. It's a hobby, it's a passion of mine, and I do incorporate it into my tarot readings. And what my goal is with these videos, these mini lectures that I'm doing on the channel, is to help you better connect with astrology in tarot. So the more you know astrology, the more you're going to be able to make links, and the links that you make are better going to give you clarity. They're going to give you the clarity that you need in order to make important decisions in your life, in order to overcome challenges, tribulations, trials, all of that. My goal is to see you happier in your relationships, not only romantic ones, but relationships with people that we kind of have to deal with. Okay, we, as much as we may not want to, we kind of have to. Okay, dealing with people in society today. So this video is going to be a video that is going to allow you to better connect with your sun, moon, and rising. One of the common questions that I get on the channel is, what should I be looking at, Monica? Should I look at my sun, moon, and rising? Why is it that sometimes I watch tarot readings and they resonate and then other days they don't resonate? What's going on? Why is this happening? So I'm going to explain to you how sun, moon, and rising works on the channel. I'm also going to briefly talk about the other planets and how the other planets function and work in astrology. And if you decide to look at certain tarot readings based on your other planets, then you can also do that as well too. Okay, so there's two important points that I want to make before I get into sun, moon, and rising and how the astrology works and how you can incorporate it. The first thing that I want to mention to all of you is that when you're watching tarot is very general, okay? It's usually a lot of tarot readers do general readings online, on YouTube, on TikTok. I've seen actually over the last few months, maybe over the last year, I've seen a lot of people getting into tarot. But one of the things that I want to mention to you is tarot is a skill, okay? It is something that we can all learn, but we also have to make sure there's two important things that we need to make sure when we're either doing tarot for other people or when we're watching tarot as viewers, because we want to make sure that we're really clear on why we're there and why we're watching. Oftentimes we get really excited when tarot people come on and they start shuffling cards and they start saying messages, and then we end up finding ourselves disappointed. So the question I have for you is, how many of you have watched tarot and you've been super disappointed? You're disappointed because it's the wrong message, or you're disappointed because you feel like you didn't get anything out of the reading. And if that's you, then there's things that you can do to change the way you interpret tarot and how you connect with it. Okay, so the two important things, or three important things you need to remember. The first thing you need to remember when you're watching tarot is not everyone's qualified to do tarot, okay? A lot of you are attracted to tarot readers because they make the reading sound great and positive, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's great to be positive, but we also need to be realistic, okay? So if you're watching someone who is constantly just always making everything positive all the time and there's nothing to learn, then you need to ask yourself, am I learning something from this? Am I getting something from this, or am I just in this illusion, okay? Because what often happens is we get into watching tarot readers, we're really attracted to certain tarot readers, but are they helping us develop and grow as human beings, okay? The most important thing that you need to recognize is, am I feeding my ego? Is this tarot reader making me feel that everything is perfect and great in my life and there's nothing wrong with me? And if you're somebody who's watching tarot and you think there's nothing wrong with you and you're perfect, then you really need to reevaluate why you're watching, okay, that reading. Because for me, what I do on my channel is, yes, there's going to be moments in time where I do readings and they're not positive. And the reason why that's coming up is because there's something within you that you need to change and work on. And that's what's going to allow you to move to the next level. Sometimes we want to have a new beginning. We want more money. We want to be more successful. We want to be in a relationship. We want to be in a commitment. But the question is, are we ready for that? Have we prepared ourselves on a certain level to attract that? Okay. It's like if I'm fishing in the lake or in the ocean, I need to make sure that my bait is attractive enough for this fish to even want to be on my hook. And that it's the same thing for life. You know, people are not going to be attracted to us unless we do the inner work. And that's the whole point of tarot for me. I'm not saying that that's what everybody else does, but that's my purpose in terms of why I do it. Okay. And that leads me into the second point. The second point is purpose. If you don't have a purpose and you're just watching tarot because it's a guilty pleasure of yours and it's just for entertainment, then that's fine. Some of us, you know, we eat chips for entertainment, or we go for a walk for entertainment, or, you know, I don't know, we hop, skip, and jump. Maybe some of us work out for entertainment. Everybody has their guilty pleasure, but don't expect, if you're somebody who just watches tarot for entertainment, don't expect it to resonate with you because you don't have a purpose, right? You need to have a purpose as to why you're watching. Some of you just come to watch because you like to watch me, and that's fine. But the reality is if you're somebody who truly wants to get something out of tarot, you need to have a purpose why you're watching it. Maybe you're like, okay, today I'm going to watch tarot because my purpose in watching tarot is so I can elevate my consciousness, so that I can be consciously aware of, you know, the energies that are coming into my life. How can I better deal with these energies? How can I overcome the challenges that I'm facing within my life? So you need to have a purpose. So my advice to you is when you're watching myself or any other tarot readers online, you're doing it with a purpose. You're not going there just because of the hype, or you're not going there to stroke your ego, or you're not just going there to get entertainment. Some of you have to have a purpose, okay, if you want it to resonate. If you don't care if the reading resonates or not, then you don't need to have a purpose. You can just come watch and just entertain yourself. But for those of you who are serious and you want something out of the reading, please have a purpose. Have a reason why you're watching. Do you want to enhance your relationship? Do you want to find out why there's issues within the relationship? Do you want to get a commitment? Do you want to marry this person? Do you want to attract love? Are you single and you still have things that you need to work on? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, because today people are not going to be honest with you. They're going to tell you what you want to hear so that they can get some money from you. They're going to tell you what you want to hear to get views. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. A lot of people do that online. Okay. I'm not going to name any names, but a lot of people do that online. And the reality is you need to work on yourself. That's why you're on this planet, this plane, this luminary, whatever you believe in. That's why you're here, to become the best version of yourself. So the first point is not everyone's qualified to do tarot. People are just going to do tarot because they can do it. And you need to be able to identify who's the reader for you, because everyone's different. The second point is have a purpose when you're watching tarot. And the third point, I didn't write these points down. I'm just kind of coming up with them. But the third point for you is to learn astrology and to learn how you can incorporate astrology into tarot, because every single esoteric study, and I study a number of things. I study human design, astrology. I do a little bit of Vedic, personally. I do it personally. Jyotish, nakshatras, astrology, Western astrology, tarot, runes. Some of you do runes. Some of you do other predictive, measurements like with the pendulum, etc. I'm not going to get into those because my main focus is astrology and tarot. So you need to make sure that you're learning all the time. And that's why you need to subscribe to this channel. By you subscribing to this channel, you're going to be able to learn what astrology is. I cannot do astrology in one video for you. I cannot tell you everything in one video because it's impossible. I've been doing this for 22 years. So I have to be able to take 22 years of knowledge and put them in one video. No, it's not going to happen like that. So you need to be subscribed, okay? Now, the second thing, or the next thing, it's not the second thing, but the next thing I want to mention to you is what's going to happen moving on the channel. So we're going to be doing workshops, and we're going to also have a portal where you can have access to all this information, videos, extended readings, etc., for a monthly fee. Okay, this monthly fee is going to allow you to have access at any time to this information. So, you know, if you're purchasing an extended reading, and I know a lot of you contact me and you say, oh, the extended reading's old, or oh, it's expensive, I can't afford it, or whatever the case is, you're now going to have access to the extended readings every day, anytime you want, and you don't have to pay. You only pay one fee for the month, okay? So that's coming in. If you have questions about that, let me know down below in the comments. I am going to be checking the comments. I can't respond to every comment, but I am going to try my best to make videos according to the questions that you have, okay? So this reading, or not this reading, I always say reading because I always think I'm doing your reading. In this lecture that I'm doing, this mini lecture, I'm going to be talking about sun, moon, and rising, and how you can use your sun, moon, and rising in tarot to better connect. Now, the first thing I want to say is if you're someone who's new to astrology, you need to learn your birth chart. I will be conducting next week sometime. I don't have a date yet, but sometime next week, I'm going to be doing a workshop. This workshop is going to run for the whole entire day. It's going to be 6 to 8 hours that I'm going to be online discussing with you about your natal chart. So if you're someone who you've never looked at your natal chart before, you don't know what that is, or even if you have, maybe you want to learn more about yourself. This workshop that I'm doing is going to be catering to you learning your purpose. One of the things that you need to keep in mind when you're learning about your purpose is you're learning your purpose so that you can attract your soulmate. A lot of us have a hard time attracting love into our lives because we don't understand, understand, and overstand who we are as people. We're all unique. We're all individual. So it's very important that you know your sun, your moon, and rising, okay? If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, you don't know your north node Rahu and your south node K2, your purpose in life, we're going to be talking about that. And on the next workshop, I'm going to be doing how to attract your soulmate, how you can identify your soulmate through human design and astrology. And these workshops are going to be available for you on the day. You can purchase it on the day, and you can be a part of the workshop for us for the full day, which is going to be probably on the weekend sometime. I don't know the date. I'll let you all know. And if you can't come to the workshop because you're working or you have stuff to do, you can purchase our online portal monthly fee, where you pay a monthly fee and you have access to all the videos that I've done. Okay, so we're going to be offering that. So just stay tuned for all of that. And I'm going to be letting you know every day the updates that I'm going to be doing. Okay, now to get into the juice of the lecture. Okay, this video is going to run a little bit longer than the other videos that I've done. Now, when we look at sun, moon, and rising, okay, we need to have a purpose when we're watching tarot. If we're coming into tarot and we're watching tarot and we're like, ooh, I like tarot, I want to watch tarot, it's fun. That's fine, but don't expect to get anything from the reading, okay? First things first, have a purpose and know that not every tarot reader is qualified to do tarot and astrology. You need to know this tarot reader's background, you need to know their knowledge, and you need to listen to what they're saying, because people can just and you get nothing from it, okay? So what you do once you've found your tarot reader and you believe that this person has the knowledge and information that you can gain from them that can help you in your life, the next thing is have a purpose. My purpose to watch tarot is because I want to elevate myself and I want to become more conscious of things that I need to work on. Great. Now, when we look at the planets, okay, or the luminaries, whatever you believe, everybody has their own beliefs. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, it's not a debate. This is just based on what my information, my knowledge is, and I'm sharing that with you, okay? So, when you're going into a tarot reading, you need to have a purpose, like I said. Now, let's talk about each of the sun, the moon, and rising. What is the sun, moon, and rising? And then we'll talk about the other luminaries, okay? So when we look at the rising sign, the reason why I always recommend you looking at your rising sign is because the rising sign creates the wheel, okay? When I talk about the wheel, I talk about the astrology chart. Every single person has an astrology chart. Why? Because when you were born, okay, when your mom had you and you were born, okay, and you came out of mummy, you have the sun was in a certain planet, okay, or the sun was located in a certain area of the sky, the moon was located in a certain area of the sky, etc., etc. Each luminary, okay, each planet was in a specific area of the sky when you were born, which makes up your energy and who you are today. And that's what we're going to talk about in the workshop. You're going to get a copy of your natal chart, and you're going to get all the information for free, okay, when you make your payment to come into the workshop with me. And you're going to learn about who you are. You're going to see where your rising sign is. You're going to see where your moon, your sun, etc. Just because you're a Leo, if you're a Leo and your sun is in the first house, that means it's on the ascendant, okay? And I'm not going to get too complicated in here because I want to keep this video simple, okay? So whenever you're finally having a purpose, you're going to say, okay, what's my rising sign? You need to know your rising sign. You should be watching your rising sign, okay? The reason why you should be watching your rising sign is because sometimes what I do in the tarot readings is I'm going to tell you, okay, if you're a rising Libra, the sun is going to be entering on your ascendant, okay? Which means a lot of luck, a lot of abundance is coming in. You need to know when the opportunities are coming into your life. If you don't know when the opportunities are coming into your life, then I can't help you. I can only tell you something, but if you don't act on it, then you're not taking advantage of the opportunity. And this is why I've said to many of you, if you don't have knowledge moving into the age of Aquarius, you will be lost. You need to find a knowledgeable source, a person who can help you to connect with this information. Otherwise, you're going to be lost and you're not going to know what's going on, okay? So you need to be subscribed. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel, okay? So needing to know your rising sign so that you know the placement of where the planets are traveling in your chart. If I'm a rising Libra, then I know the sun is entering my ascendant. So then I look online and I see, okay, when the sun is transiting on my ascendant, what does it mean for me? And that's how you learn to have a purpose when you're watching tarot. So the rising sign, whenever you're looking at a tarot reading from your rising sign perspective, you're looking at that sign because you want to know the placement of the planets at that moment, okay, or what's coming in for you in order to take advantage of opportunities. That's when you look at your ascendant, okay, when you're looking at the placement of the astrology chart. If I say, Scorpio, the sun is going to be in your 12th house from now until the end of the month, then you need to make sure you know what your rising sign is, because it's not going to resonate with you if you're a sun Scorpio. It's only your ascendant. You're looking at your ascendant sign to see what is happening on the physical. The ascendant is the physical. The ascendant is the exact moment in time when you came out of your mom. When your mom birthed you on this plane, there was a specific time. My birthday is 12 o'clock. I came out at lunchtime. I was hungry. Okay. I was hungry. So I came out at 12 o'clock. That's when I was born, right at the top of the pyramid. So you got to know your time of birth. You got to contact your mom. You got to know the time of birth so that you have an accurate astrology card, an accurate astrology wheel, okay, which is the natal chart. If you don't know what that is, you can look online, natal chart, and you'll get more information on that. Now, when do I look at my moon sign? I look at my moon sign when I want to know my emotions, how I'm dealing with things emotionally, on emotional level. The moon is ever changing. The moon changes every 2 days, 1 to 2 days, 1.5, 2 days, it moves, it changes. So this means the moon sign is very important if you want to understand, understand, and overstand your subconscious. What is going on subconsciously with me? So I go and I look at my Taurus. Maybe you're a Taurus moon. Okay. So you go look at Taurus and you recognize and realize past, present, and future, what's happening for you based on your emotions. Now, when do you look at your sun sign? You look at your sun sign usually daily, okay, which is your horoscope in the back of a newspaper or online. The sun is the soul, okay? That's why, in French and Spanish, they say sol or sol, whatever, S-O-L, okay? Because the sun represents the soul. What you're experiencing every single day is your soul confronting the challenges that you chose before you were born. Before we were born, we had a contract. We don't remember it because as we come into this plane, we get amnesia because we're not meant to remember what we agreed to. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fun, right? If we knew everything that happened before we were born, then there would be no point in us being here, because the whole point of us being on this plane is to recognize and learn the challenges that we must face to elevate our soul, which is the sun, okay? Because the sun rises every day. Even if you don't see the sun and there's clouds, the sun is still there, okay? So you're always constantly every day elevating yourself. And that's why you're going to look at your sun in tarot, because it's going to help you elevate your soul to move to the next level. That's why I always say look at your sun as well too. We look at Venus if we want to look at the perspective of love. If we're just focused on love and attracting love, we're going to look at Venus, okay? If we want to know about our abundance and the opportunities that are coming into our life, we look at our sign Jupiter. If we want to learn how to become more structured in our life, because what happens when we're structured, we create more opportunities for ourselves. We create structure. Structure is very important, right? Because if we don't have structure in society, then everybody is chaotic and it leads to problems. So looking at your Saturn sign is going to help you to become more conscious of the boundaries and the certain structure that you need to create in your life. If your Saturn is in Scorpio, you look at Scorpio to learn about how to become more structured in your life. Now, the other planets, the other luminaries, we have Uranus, okay? Not Uranus, it's Uranus, okay? We have Uranus, we have Neptune, and we have Pluto. I don't think I missed any other signs, right? We talked about Jupiter, Saturn. Oh, we didn't talk about Mars. Mars is about sexual energy. Mars is about our energy in general. So if you want to learn more about how to take advantage of your energy, then you look at your Mars sign, okay? Now, for the other planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, these are generational, more or less slow-moving planets. So you don't really need to look at them. If you're interested, I can do another video on Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto and how to incorporate it into your tarot readings. But I don't really focus on those because they're slow-moving planets. But let me know what you all think about that in the comments below. So every time you're watching tarot, please have a purpose. Do not go in there, get mad at the tarot reader because it doesn't resonate with you, okay? You have to have a purpose. Another thing I want to mention is in your life, if you are someone, okay, in your life who everything is going great for you, everything's amazing, your life is perfect, you're perfect, there's nothing wrong with you, you don't need to watch tarot. Because if your relationship is perfect and there's nothing wrong, then you don't need it. Tarot is there for you to become aware of what you're not aware of. That's all it is. It's not meant, yes, it is predictive to some extent, but so is the weather. If I want to know the weather, I go and I look online and I see what the weather is. Okay, is that demonic? Is that negative? Is that a bad thing? No, it's not, because you want to be prepared. Okay, I think we all want to be prepared to avoid missing out opportunities, losing time, having to repeat cycles. I don't want to have to repeat cycles again. I don't have to go through this again. I want to learn it, I want to overcome it, and I want to move on. And that's what this channel is all about. That's what tarot is for me. I don't know what it is for everybody else, but I know what it is for me. And if you agree with that and you think that that's something that you see yourself doing, then this is the channel for you. I'm the reader for you, okay? So if there's any questions about this that I discussed, please comment below. I hope you like these series. I'm actually very excited to do them because I'm a natural teacher. I've been doing teaching forever, since I was a little girl. I always had, for those of you who know me from when I was little, some of you have known me for many years, and you know that when I was younger, I used to have school in my house. I used to be the teacher. And my friends would come over and I would teach them stuff. And I love doing that. I love to help you. And I'm really looking forward to doing the workshop as well, because what the workshop is going to do is it's going to teach you about who you are. The best way to find love and attract love and opportunities in your life is to know thyself. If you don't know who you are, then being able to move to the next level is going to be a lot more challenging. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you move to the next level. Sometimes I'm going to be harsh. Sometimes I'm going to be a little bit mean. Sometimes I'm going to be a little bit truthful, okay? Actually, always truthful. But when I talk truth, sometimes it's not what you want to hear. And it's because I'm helping you move to that next level. Sometimes we need to, drink the medicine that we don't want to drink so that we can move to the next level and find the success that we're looking for, okay? So this is what I have for you. Make sure you're finding the right, just to recap, make sure you're finding the right tarot reader who's knowledgeable, not somebody who just picked up cards one day and said, you know what, I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to just do tarot. There's a lot of knowledge, study, and information that needs to happen before you do tarot readings. And that's why a lot of you aren't successful. A lot of you who are doing tarot online are saying, well, I'm putting all my energy and effort, but you're not knowledgeable about it. You haven't done the necessary years of research to connect that. And that's why a lot of you are not successful online, okay? So it's important that you know that information. Find the right tarot reader who's knowledgeable and who can help you get to the next level. 2, make sure you have a purpose. Okay, make sure you know astrology and you have a purpose on why you're watching. And the final thing is that have fun with it. Don't feel like you always have to be serious about it. Have fun. If you want to just watch tarot because it's fun for you, then do that. Do what works for you. So I want to thank you all very much for tuning in to this it wasn't a mini lecture, it was a bit longer, but I'm very happy that you're joining me and you're learning, and I'm super excited to help you. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'm going to be checking the comments. I'm going to be checking the feedback that you give me. If you have any questions on the workshop that's coming up, or you have any questions about the portal that we're going to be adding, it's kind of the school, but it's more of a portal where you're going to have access to all of the extended readings, all of the astrology lectures, as well as discounts. We're going to be also offering discounts. If you are a member on our site, then you become a member who has access to the discounts at any time, okay? So if you have any questions about that, or about this lecture that I did about astrology and how to look at your sun, your moon, and rising, and other luminary planets in your chart, please comment below and I will be discussing that next, okay? I will be discussing any questions that you have below. I'll be queuing them into the videos that we're going to be doing next. On the next video, I am going to be doing a very interesting surprise for you, and I'm going to be sharing something personal about myself on the next video, and I'm going to be talking about how to utilize human design, okay? How to utilize human design and add energy into your auric field. There's a way to add energy by using human design. It's a very hidden knowledge that I'm going to be talking about on this channel. And this information that I'm going to be sharing with you has helped me improve my business. It's helped me improve my tarot readings. It's helped me become more conscious, and I really want to share it with you. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you hit the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And the next video is going to be about human design and tarot, and how I used human design to enhance my tarot readings. If you want to watch, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.